Hey guys, Mark Holthe here. I wanted to just take a few minutes and sneak on and answer some of you guys' questions about immigration. And today is one of those times where I've got a narrow little window of about 25 minutes to take some time to answer any questions for anyone that is just happened to be passing through the Canadian Immigration Institute and are looking to get some direction from myself, Canadian immigration lawyer, ex-immigration officer, and former high school teacher, Mark Holthe. So this is hey, Ralph. Ralph is always there saying hello when I jump on. So while you guys are piling in here, I want to just let you know that right now for about 25 minutes, I'm going to be able to answer any question you have about immigration. It doesn't matter. And it's always hard for me because I'm so busy in the office trying to work through my actual client stuff that it's not as easy to jump on and answer questions. So if Sana or Amir or anyone out there has any question about immigration they want answered, now's the time to do it. So you can post those questions in the comment section. Also, you guys can tag your friends and let them know that I'm live right now. And these are crazy. I know they're crazy because often I don't have a lot of lead time to let you guys know when I'm going to go live, and that probably makes the most sense. But I've got a little bit of time here before my next client comes in, so I thought, hey, why not jump on and just answer some more questions? So we've got Salman here, we've got Muzadeen, we've got Amir, Sana, all you guys. It's crazy. Were you guys, I don't know. Let's see, what time is it? It's so late there. It's just about 1 a.m. in some locations all over the world. But those of you who are jumping on and people are starting to pile in, always post in the comment section where you're listening from, because I just find it just amazing that you guys are tuning in from all over the world, literally. And it just gives me so much energy. And today's one of those days where I just need a boost. And I think you guys have had days where you're just wondering, oh, boy, is there ever going to be a light at the end of the tunnel? And one day is so happy. And then the next day is just, there's a lot going on. And that's kind of what I'm facing today. But one of the things that gives me energy, gives me the desire and ability to move forward and to just keep doing the things that I have passion about is you guys. And I can't tell you, it's strange. I just get this huge sense of satisfaction and accomplishment when I can go on and I can answer questions from people about immigration when they're struggling, when they're really trying to find the help they need, but either can't afford it or they're trusting people just generally on the internet and they don't know if the information they're getting is true or not. And so that's part of the reason why I love to do this, just to give an ability for people to ask questions to someone who they can actually trust. And so as a Canadian immigration lawyer, this is what I do all day, every day. I love doing it. So if you have a question about immigration, now's the time to ask it. And, and so just post it in the comments below and, and then we'll be, and then as they start to queue up, then I'll start working through. And the questions can be about anything immigration related, anything at all. As I'm doing this, those of you who are maybe just tuning in for fun, I want to let you know about a couple cool things that I've just released. One is my new and latest blog post called Express Entry Tips right here to avoiding disaster. And that is an awesome one. And I want to show you a little resource that I've linked in here. If you scroll down, you'll see here where it says click on the link to get the slide deck. If you click on this, this is my PowerPoint slide that I used for the purposes of the presentation I did to the immigration lawyers in Quebec. So go here, check that out. It's awesome. I also want to remind people, I was just on this morning answering some questions from listeners on the Express Entry Law Private Facebook group, because I haven't been on there for a while. And many people don't realize that every single one of those questions that's being asked, I've already did a video on it. And you can search my my site by title, and I've tried to label things, everything from working illegally. Can I claim freelance work experience? I've got my posts, everything here, including when I went iPhone free for 10 days. But everything from proof of funds to, CS, will applying a CS case-specific inquiry, submitting it, will it delay my application? just everything you can imagine, biometrics, tricky issues with proof of funds, just I don't know, like everything is here. And I realized as I went on to our group, and let's see if I can find it here, Express Entry Law. So I went in here and I was answering some questions today, and many of you will never even see it, you know. And there was a question here about, let's see, what was this one? This one was about, what do I do? Like I'm only getting 339 points with CRS points. Is there anything that I can do to try to increase this? And so if you look through here, I went in and I linked back to a past episode that I did where I covered it in detail. So understand, you guys, that there is so much here within the Canadian Immigration Institute. And the reason I don't go on and post as much here in the Express Entry Law private Facebook group is just because when I answer a question, you guys rarely even see it. And so, you know, at the end of the day, it just doesn't get as much mileage. I can't get it out there as far as I can with YouTube or with doing these live videos. So hopefully you guys understand that. And as one final piece that I want to remind everyone about, if I go back once again, share my screen, and I go back to the main page here, you'll see that I have this 60% off Express Entry complete step-by-step guide to doing it yourself. This is my massive, massive course that is the single most comprehensive source of anything related to Express Entry out there on the internet. And right now I'm offering 60% off the lifetime access at only $198.80, which is it's regular $497. So all you have to do is type in EE Fall 60 when you're purchasing it, and you'll have access to this discount. And if I punch it in here, let's say right here, this is the access, and I'm going to put it in the comment section, and I'll also put it in the description. But this is where you can go and you can access it. So just click on it, go down, click on the link, and you have access to it. All right, and that you've got 3 days. It closes October, well, 4 days. It closes October the 20th, and then that deal is not coming back anytime soon. Okay, let's jump back and let's do exactly why I started this. All right, so we've got a few minutes here, so let's start answering everyone's questions. So we've got Ralph is tuning in from Edmonton. Anton is Moncton. Excellent. Salman, 12 in Pakistan. You are the man, Salman. You are the man. Okay, Mozadin has got a question for me here. So let's see what we can do. I'm on an open work permit and I applied for permanent residence recently. Would like to know how much time will it take for an inland application to get PR confirmation after applying? Okay, well, from within Canada, we are seeing that it's right around 6 months. There was a time when Express Entry would go quicker, and I'm assuming you applied through Express Entry. Having worked here in Canada, it's possible maybe you went through another provincial nominee program, but we are seeing right around 6 months. Sometimes overseas, sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but 6 months is kind of the range. All right, so that's usually what I'd recommend. And remember, Mozadin, you have access to a bridging open work permit if you need it. If your open work permit is expiring, and I'm assuming it's probably a post-grad work permit, then you have access to the bridging program if your work permit is within 4 months of expiring because you've submitted your PR application. So you are in such an awesome position that so many people outside Canada are not, because you're here working. And once you get that Express Entry filed, you have the ability to continue on. So fantastic. Okay, Sana says here, why would any Canadian employers give us a job offer for Express Entry if we don't have a PR, even any certainty? How to convince them? Sana, this is a wonderful question, and you're 100% right. But I can tell you something. The Canadian labor market is starting to heat up. More companies are having trouble finding a Canadian or a permanent resident to do the job. And that's why they offer positions to foreign nationals, because there isn't a Canadian to do it. And especially with the lower skill positions, the low wage positions, more companies are now starting to consider their options in bringing in foreign nationals again, because there are not enough Canadians to do the work. And in order to do it, they have to show right off the bat that they can't find a Canadian or permanent resident in order to get the labor market impact assessment. So Sana, don't give up hope. Ultimately, it's not easy connecting with an employer. And I'm seriously considering setting up some type of a matching system for all of you guys, where at least I post jobs or things that I know about that I can share with you, just as another value added. But right now, things are starting to heat up. And that's that's why Canadian companies hire. If they have lots of Canadians, no, they're not going to hire you for that job. But if you are in an area where they can't find Canadians, like we do lots of labor market impact assessments for agriculture-based companies. And so you have to understand that those are the options that are available. And if if you're lucky, you still can get that magical job offer. All right, Santa, good question. Okay, Mozadin says hi. Okay, Yuri says, hi, Mark. Can you suggest how to reach out to IRCC? Their old number seems to have stopped responding to EE-related inquiries, and submitting an inquiry form gets no replies. Yuri, welcome to our world. This is the challenge. And so one thing I can tell you is that when I'm working for my clients and I'm representing them, there are ways that I can kind of work around issues. I can escalate, I can do things that the regular public may not be able to access directly. But everybody is facing these issues with case-specific inquiries. And when you have more and more people who know about it, the government isn't adding more resources to be able to respond. So if there's tons more inquiries than there used to be and only so many officers to deal with them, then understand the processing times are going to climb astronomically. And so those responses, those questions that you send out, they don't get responses. Yuri, if there's anything I can do to help you, let me know. But yeah, I feel for you. Okay, Richard Pat says, it's been 6 months for EE under CEC within Canada. Still says we're checking your eligibility. We're verifying your eligibility within my MyCIC profile. Richard, that sucks. Unfortunately, that's what many people are sticking, like that's the issue that they're in. Every person is different. After it crosses over 6 months, then sometimes I will request GCMS notes to see if there's anything else that they have issues with. Maybe there's some foreign work experience that you're also claiming. Maybe there's something to do with the police certificate, or maybe even your local reference letter here in Canada is deficient, or there's something wrong with it. All of those things factor into why immigration sometimes has issues and delays in just approving your application, even if you're a CEC within Canada. And because you are in a really good position. Same thing, Richard, if you need any help, don't hesitate to reach out. When it comes to, I'll just post here so everybody knows, and the information I share, I really should be able to do it in a different way. I don't know. There's got to be something better. But anyways, I'm just going to post here for you, Richard. Just the link, if I share my screen and I click on here, this is where you can book a consult, and I can help you. I can work through it to figure out why it's stretched out. I can assist you with your GCMS notes, whatever you need. I'm happy to help. All right. Okay, so next we have, okay, Jazz Deep's given me a big thumbs up. Thumbs up to you, my friend. Okay, Wasim says, hi, I'm in Ottawa. Please inbox your number. Okay, Wasim, just go into the comment section there, and I'll post right here. The number is 403-328-5577. That is my office number. But understand the best way to do it is actually to go to my page and then set up the consultation there. This information is freely given, and I love to answer questions. When it comes to specific legal advice, that's something that I charge for. And so if you'd like to connect, 100%, I'm happy to do that, Wasim. Do it through the intake on my firm website, and that would be fantastic. Also, like I said, I already posted, and some of you are jumping on now that didn't see the post from before. Remember, I have right now my 60% off express entry complete step-by-step guide. And if you access it right now using coupon code EEFALL60, you will get 60% off lifetime access. But that's coming to an end on the 20th. So definitely take advantage of it. And there's links in the comment section. Okay, let's answer some more questions here. Okay, Aziz says Ferris. Not quite sure what that is, but okay. Mozadine says, thank you very much, Mark. It's always amazing and interesting to listen to you. Thank you for helping all of us. It is my absolute pleasure, my friend. Absolute. I love doing it. Mina says, hi, Mark. Hi, Mina. How are you? With a nice big smiley face. Like I said at the beginning, today's one of those days where, just being able to work with you guys and to help you and it just makes me feel good about what I'm doing and gives me that extra boost to just keep going, especially on days that are not great. And today's one of those days. All right, let's see what else we have here. Jazdeep says, booked a consultation for the 25th. Can't wait to discuss. Awesome. And Jazdeep, my apologies if you were trying to get in sooner, because I am headed actually tonight up to Banff to attend some Conference Board of Canada meetings with some high-level folks. It's like a think tank, exploring different programs, exploring different aspects of the immigration experience, working collaboratively with industry experts, with employers, with government. And the Conference Board of Canada is awesome. They are such a wonderful resource for really helping to drive the direction immigration is going in this country. And I have the privilege of being there on behalf of the Canadian Bar Association's National Immigration Section. I'm the vice chair, and so I have the privilege of going there and spending some time just consulting and talking about issues. And one of the ones that we're going to be talking about is the Temporary Foreign Worker Program and LMIAs and things like that. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. But because of that, that's time away from you guys. That's time away from being able to do the consults. Now, gratefully, I have awesome people here working with me. Stephanie and Billy are working like crazy on applications and just trying to do the best we can to service our clients in every way we can. And the one thing I want every one of my clients to feel is that we genuinely care. And so that's the goal. I also got another request from one of my corporate clients just a second ago to renew a work permit for one of their multinational executives. And I love doing that work too. But it's not just all big business. I love working with people on the ground. I love people being reunited with their family in Canada, spouses helping them. All of you, most of you out there who are trying to find a way into Canada through express entry. But I'm also helping people who have had criminal issues with rehabilitation and all of these different aspects of immigration. And I just met earlier, actually yesterday, with one of my clients whose study permit application was refused. And we said, whatever, that was not a reasonable decision. So my wonderful friend and colleague, Reka McNutt, and you know what, I'm going to show you guys Reka's profile. And this is something on my Canadian immigration, actually, maybe I can pull it up here. Yes, right on my podcast here. It's a while back now, I did an awesome episode with my good friend, Reka McNutt. And it was all about judicial reviews. So basically, when your application is refused, what do? Do you just say, oh, too bad, like most of the representatives out there? They just say, oh, it's not worth it. Well, Reka McNutt right here, you can see, is my go-to person. She's such a close friend and colleague. And we did this podcast a few years back. And I think it's high time we did another one. But it's just amazing. And she's got great resources here. This is Reka. She loves to ride motorbikes. But anyways, she provided here the judicial review to the federal court, and she provided a federal court flow chart, how the process works. I would strongly encourage you guys to take a look at this. But anyways, this client got the study permit refused, and we were just not prepared to accept that. And the client was willing to spend a little extra money to challenge. And guess what happened? The Department of Justice lawyer consented, which basically means it didn't even have to go to federal court, and it was sent back to another office for redetermination. And right now we're in the process of adding even more documents in to support that study permit application. And those study permits are a real challenge. And so what I'm doing now is I'm so close to launching my study permit application, my do-it-yourself guide to doing study permits. And so stay tuned for that. I have my Study Permit Law Facebook group as well, and I'm not sure if many of you know that group even exists. It's just in its beginning stages. So if I go here to my group and I go Study Permit Law, right here you'll see I actually have another Facebook group that's devoted specifically to that. So you guys will have to search for that and check that out and request to join. All right, so good stuff, and I better share my screen here so you can actually see it. There is the Study Permit Law Facebook group, the private one, just like my express entry law, right? And people are probably wondering, what, Mark, why law? What does that mean? Well, because I want it to be a legal foundation where people who are sharing information link back to the actual source of that information. So that's why I created that. Okay. And also, I'm going to pull this right over here. I think this is the one. Yes. I want to say congratulations to all of you federal skilled trade people who've been languishing in express entry for so long. There were 500 that were invitations that were extended, so they're only allowing in very few. But the lowest score was 357 for these federal skilled trade programs. And you can see this was a program specific draw. It wasn't general for everybody. Just released today. It's just for those who qualified under the federal skilled trade program. So they usually do these a couple times a year, and they decided now to launch it. So yes, so I'm excited to go back and send that study permit back for my client and see it get approved, and then we're going to be celebrating because we don't give up. All right, Jasdeep, I look forward to connecting with you. Okay, Wakas says, hi Mark, it's always nice to be a part of your Q&A sessions. This is a virtuous deed on your part. Thank you for this. Do you know what, Wakas? I'm gonna say one thing to all of you out there. I am so grateful for the appreciation that I get back from you guys. But in all honesty, the best thing right now that you guys could do is to actually go to my Canadian Immigration. Let's see if I can find it here. Yes, go to my Canadian Immigration Institute page, this one right here, this website, and it's just exactly as it is. It's CanadianImmigrationInstitute.com. I put it in the comment section, and go to the very, very bottom of the page, and you'll see right at the bottom as you scroll through all of these things, there's a little link called affiliate. Click on that link and sign up as an affiliate. You guys right now have gone out of your way, and when you click sign up, you just fill in your information and then you become an affiliate. But the advantage to this is that already you guys are so kind to share when I do these promotions, when I'm offering these massive discounts on my do-it-yourself guide. You guys are so kind to share it with other people. Well, when you become an affiliate, I give you your own unique URL link that goes right into the top of the actual URL of people's browsers. And if you share that link with your friends, then basically what it means is I share 30% of the proceeds of that sale with you, just for sharing it with your friends. And for a while, I decided I was going to try Facebook, maybe do some Facebook paid ads. Waste of money. Why would I want to do that when I have all these wonderful people that are already such loyal supporters and just true friends? So why not share? And so that's why I created the affiliate program. So Wakas, that's what I recommend you do. Okay. Wakas says, okay, he says, it's always nice to, okay, I'll complete my 6 months in about 10 days and there has been no update in my application. As there has been no ADR, does it mean all is well and I just have to wait for the PR? Is there still a 50-50 chance? Can there be a rejection now? Sincerely, Wakas. Wakas, I can tell you that you're okay. There are many, there's this big balloon of things, of applications that are kind of being queued up. It's never 100% certain why things are taking a little bit longer other than just pure volume. But there's with you being only, right around that 6-month mark, I wouldn't worry. You're still in really good shape, my friend. Okay. All right. Niraj says, can I arrange the proof of funds post LOI in SIMP? I always make sure that I have my proof of funds well in advance. For the purposes of express entry, you can get a gift deed from a family member and put it in. But all of the provincial nominee programs have different rules. And so whenever I'm advising my clients, I always tell them that it's critical that they make sure they have those funds in advance, well in advance. Keep them there, show them that there's no doubt that you have them. So when you get that letter of intent in the SIMP, I always make sure that I have those funds available. Then there's never any questions asked. Is it possible for you to demonstrate after the fact? It may be, if an officer that is adjudicating your application is open to considering other options. But understand, I never take chances and I can't advise you to do that. I don't deal in probabilities. Basically what that means is I don't give you advice based on, well, it's more likely than not, on a scale that you're going to be, that you'll be okay. I don't advise people on that. I advise them on whether or not there's even a possibility of rejection. So if there is, then I don't take a chance submitting an application, even if there's a possibility. So that's how I deal with that. Okay, Joha says, hi, Mark. Always is good to see you. Have a blessed day. Thank you so much. I love the Cars logo that you have here as your profile image. My kids love that movie. Very cool. All right, Bapasha says, hi, sir. He says he mailed you today. Okay, that's awesome. Did you go through this, Bapasha, and book a scheduled consult, or did you send an email 2, and let's see if we can pull this up here. I'll show you if I can find it. I've got so much going on here. Let's see, there it is. Okay, remember, if you have a question, you can, just a generic question, you can always, I better shift my screen back here. You can always send an email to stephanie@stringham.ca. Now this one is not an EE Live Q&A, but if you do want to also book a consult, you can do this here through this, or you can actually just send an email right here to stephanie@stringham.ca. All right, let's close that one off. Okay, let's see what else we got going for questions. All right. Mina says, hi, Mark. Thank you for these amazing live videos. My acknowledgement of receipt was May 27th, 2019. Still no update other than doing biometrics on July 24th. Yes, they give you instructions to do biometrics at the early stages. Is this normal? Should I order GCMS notes? So let's start counting with our fingers. We've got June, July, August, September, October. So you're not even quite yet at 5 months. So no, I would not worry about it at all. You are totally in line. You're in the queue. The government has processed or has professed 80% would be processed in 6 months. We might be climbing up a little bit past that, but you're totally fine. And you can celebrate. Is that you jumping on a trampoline there, Mina? That is so awesome. I love that. My kids, we've got this awesome round trampoline in the back of our yard, and my kids spend so much time jumping. They'll even go out there in the winter and shovel the snow off and jump on it. That's how hardcore they are. Okay, Anil, sir, me here in Banff. Anil, I'm going there tonight. I'm going there for a conference. I'm going to be at one of the hotels, and then I've got a second one that's back to back at the Banff Springs Hotel. I'm so excited about it. Anil, you're going to have to find a picture. I'm not sure if you guys can post pictures or post a link to the Banff Springs Hotel. It is so cool. It's a landmark. It's a beautiful place. And Friday, Saturday, I have that conference. But Anil, it would be really cool to connect with you while I'm up there. So make sure that you send me an email and just remind me. And then when I'm up there, maybe you and I, we can meet in person. That would be so awesome. I work with people all over the world. And so when I have chances to connect with them, it just is, I love doing that in person. But thanks to internet, thanks to Facebook, thanks to these live videos, I'm able to actually make connections with people all over the world and be their lawyer. Even though I'm located in this small little town, this small little city of Lethbridge, a population of 100,000 in southern Alberta in Canada. It's not the hotbed of immigration, that's for sure, but and I'll be forever grateful for these platforms for that. Even though Facebook doesn't let me really share what I'd like to share in the way I want to do it, they throttle things and make me pay. I am still grateful for Facebook that they allowed me to create such an amazing group of people. All right, if you're just tuning in, post your comment in the comment section because today is live. Mark, answer your questions, anything about immigration. Okay, Hashim says here, Hope Sir Dim, I am 37 years, Simp, Saskatchewan, B category, 1131.62. Oh, Hashim, I am so sorry. It really is. When you get older, it becomes more and more difficult to be able to qualify. So I feel for you. I really do. At the end of the day, there's certain times where, an individual just has to realize that Canada is not going to happen for me. And sometimes I have consultations with people like that. And I tell them, look, at least you know now that there isn't a chance. Now you can either rechannel your energy back into making the very, very best of the situation you have in your home country or consider another country. And, one thing I know is that if you guys are good enough to come and be eligible for even getting your profile into the pool, that tells me that you're pretty awesome. And I know for a fact, if Canada, it doesn't have a door open for you, you're in a unique position to make your country better. And there's nothing, nothing better than someone who says, you know what, I don't like the way things are right now in my country, but I'm going to make them better. And they turn their attention to doing that in whatever way they can. So Hashim, I wish you all the best, my friend. Okay, Sana says, I'm an IT system engineer. I applied for a few job matches and there were this question always that whether I'm legally allowed to work in Canada. You're right, which of course I'm not, so that's why. However, thanks for the encouragement. You are very kind. Do you know what, Sana? IT systems engineers, you do have a greater shot at it. And remember, sometimes the PNPs will have occupation-specific draws. Alberta, for instance, will pull people right out of the pool based on their occupation if they feel it's a place that is an occupation that's in demand. Ontario, we've also seen specific draws through the OINP for some IT-related positions. So don't give up hope, Sana. Don't give up. All right. Mozadine says, hi, Mark. I've applied through the BCPNP and got 600 points and then got into Express Entry with 1,003 points, and my work permit is going to expire in March 2020. Can you provide some information about when and how to apply for an extension of my open work permit or a closed work permit from the employer? I would love to do that, Mozadine. Let's take a look right now. I'm going to shift my screen. We're going to go right to Google. I have a client that's coming in 5 minutes, but we're going to wrap this up. It's called the Bridging Open Work Permit. So sometimes Bridging Open Work Permit, sometimes we can do it. We can do it just by searching that, but let's also type in Bridging and Work Permit, and let's see if that'll pull it up. Okay, so we're going to find the one right here. This is extending your work permit through the Bridging Open Work Permit. It talks about the fact that if you're going through a provincial nominee program, then you can do that. And then you must select Open Work Permit. It tells you how to do that, supporting documents. And one of the things you have to realize too, if you look right here, to be eligible, your current work permit needs to be expiring in 4 months or less. Okay, and of course valid status, and you're currently in Canada. But that's one of the awesome things. So I'll just copy this right here and I'll paste this link in so that you have access to it. Great question, Mozadine. If you ever run into a situation where you're just not sure, I review everything. So it's not just Express Entry, but if people want to try to save some money and do their own application and just have me go in and review it before it goes in, I'm happy to do that. Because remember, even with Bridging Open Work Permits, if you apply, get it wrong, fall out of status, then guess what happens? You're basically in real tough shape because you have to have valid status on your work permit to qualify. And many people who make mistakes on their work permit applications, their Bridging Open Work Permit applications, they get returned. And then that person no longer meets this requirement of having valid status on their work permit. And, you know, this all got started for me because of the heartache that I saw when people would wait to come see me as the immigration lawyer until they'd gone everywhere else. They'd tried every other thing. And the reality is that the amount of fees that you pay in advance, then when you come see me, can protect you from having your hopes and dreams shattered. And it's like sometimes people just think lawyers are so much more expensive than other representatives. And I can tell you, it's just not the case. What you get, right, is the whole difference. You get me, you get our staff here, you get people that care, that are super knowledgeable. Not people that are guessing, people who understand and know the law. So I just encourage you, Mozadine, if you're looking at a bridge, I'm more than happy to help you in any way. All right, Bipasha says, sir, I wanted to ask you, our file is with another representative lawyer. Ugh. Now, are you sure, Bipasha, that it's actually a lawyer that you're with, but struggling for 2 years after ITA, but no updates? So is it possible for you with paid consultation to review the entire file and guide us what to do? Bipasha, if your application was submitted in the employer portal of that lawyer, then I can't look at it. If the lawyer gave you a copy of it and you had an ability to review it, then I can take a look at that. But understand, your application should not be over 2 years after ITA. It just shouldn't happen. There would be a mandamus application that I would be filing in federal court to force the government to make a decision. There's something else going on there, Bipasha. If you want to book a consult, I would be delighted to go with it, go over things with you and talk about it and give you some help and suggestions. But if it's a lawyer that's actually representing you, that really irritates me, because there must be something there that is just truly not within the control of that lawyer. But if it's been over 2 years, they should be doing something to help you with that. That's just not acceptable for an Express Entry application. If it is an application through one of the provincial nominee programs, then understand that's entirely possible. It's 15 to 19 months, but you've indicated invitation to apply, so I'm assuming it's Express Entry. Okay, great question, my friend Bipasha. Feel free to book a consult, and I've got the links in the comment section that I posted there. 1 second. Stephanie, are they here yet? Yeah. Oh, okay. My clients are here. All right. So I'm going to have to shut her down right now, but thank you guys. And I will try to jump on maybe when I'm in Banff, and I'll show you the beauty of Banff. I'm going to be up there for a few days. And so maybe I'll do another live Q&A just like this in the next couple days. As always, remember guys, remember, and this doesn't happen very often, but for only a limited period of time. And some people are like, Mark, why are you shamelessly promoting your guide? I wish you guys fully appreciated how awesome it is. Whether you've received your ITA or whether you're just thinking about Express Entry, there is something that can benefit every single person at every stage of the process. And understand, going through everything myself. I'm gonna share my screen with you again here so that you can see it right here, there. When you're going through this process, this guide, literally I created it to answer every single question and to help people understand the most common problem areas that are going to result in an application getting refused. And I poured my heart and soul into it. And right now, it's only $198.80. That is all I'm charging right now for that. It's a fraction of the cost that you would pay to any agent to help you. So I recommend that it's coming to an end October the 20th. Please go in here, click on Purchase Guide. If you don't have the link, go to Purchase Guide right here and type in the code. So that's a different code, but type in EE Fall 60 and apply, and that will reduce it down to $198.80 USD. All right, but act now because it is coming to an end and it won't be available after that. All right, thank you so much, you guys, for all that you do to support me and to support my office here, to support my family. And I'm sorry I wasn't able to get to everyone's questions, but I have a client who's right here right now waiting for me. So I want to thank you so much for all of the support, and I want to wish you guys all the very best as you navigate this crazy world that we call Canadian immigration. Take care.